Do you want to try that other song that we did first? Do you?
Sure.
We're gonna do that first song over again. Chris. I stand horrified!
This is part 2 of us checking out some of the amazing Nirvana gear that Julian's Auctions will be offering as a part of their Music Icons auction on May 30th and May 31st, 2025 at the Hard Rock Cafe in New York. In part 1, we took a close look at Kurt Cobain's actual Boss DS2 distortion pedal and even played several Nirvana songs through it. That video will be linked here and in the video description in case you missed it. But in this video, we'll be taking a look at the rental gear that Nirvana used at Hilversum Studios in the Netherlands during an in-studio radio session that gave us many timeless and iconic photos. November 25th, 1991 was a very eventful day for Nirvana. They were in the middle of their Nevermind European tour and would play the Paradiso that night in Amsterdam, a fan favorite and one of the most beloved shows of the Nevermind era. It was officially released on the Nevermind 30th anniversary box set in 2021. But earlier that day, Nirvana did an in-studio radio session at Hilversum Studios. It's largely considered a rather uneventful session as only 3 songs have surfaced from it. The first 2 were covers, Where Did You Sleep Last Night and Here She Comes Now. The third song being a rare exception and definitely the highlight of this session. An unknown original song that has the fan-given name of Horrified. This song seems to only ever have been performed twice. Horrified's haunting and sparse vibe fits right in with the mystery of the song itself, as virtually nothing is known about it other than these 2 performances. The entire song is driven by a dark and simple bass line that was played on this very bass, which I've always personally thought of as the Horrified bass. This is a Warwick Dolphin Pro I, made in West Germany. It features a 34-inch scale length, 7-piece neck with through-body construction, 26 bell brass frets, mother-of-pearl dolphin inlays, W inlay on the headstock, 4 gold-plated Warwick tuners, and an adjustable brass nut. As funky as the body shape is, it's got a beautiful natural wood look. It's made of a rare African rosewood called Biore, with an oil finish, a gold-plated 2-piece bridge and tailpiece, gold-plated knobs, and gold-plated Schaller strap lock buttons. It's got 2 Bartolini pickups that offer plenty of different tonal options. It's got a knob for master volume and pickup blend, plus knobs for active 2-band treble and bass EQ, both push-pull for coil splitting each pickup. This is definitely a completely different animal than the Gibson Rippers and RDs that Krist Novoselic was playing at the time. In the famous session pictures, he looks almost bewildered as he's looking over this bass. There's this famous shot of Kurt playing this very bass with a very stern and serious look on his face. Definitely a huge trip to be able to play the Horrified bass line on the Horrified bass itself. But let me say, guys, as visually unconventional as it is objectively a great feeling and sounding bass guitar. you've been hearing me play it through the actual bass amp that Krist used that day. So what you've been hearing is really the entire Horrified bass setup. This is a Trace Elliot GP11 MK5 4x10 combo bass amp. This amp will also be featured in Julian's Music Icons auctions. I don't think I've ever seen a complete Nirvana bass setup like this hit the auction block. It's a really cool package to see these two together and reunited again. Last, but certainly not least, is the small drum set that Dave Grohl used at that radio session. I've seen the session photos countless times, and I guess it never really fully hit me just how small this drum set was until it was physically right in front of me. Simply put, it's just a snare, a floor tom, and a single cymbal. I'm not a drummer, but I would imagine that it'd be almost like disorienting to play without a kick or some sort of kick substitute. But Dave, of course, is a master at his craft, and we can hear he had absolutely no problem utilizing the entirety of this drum kit during the session. One of my favorite parts of Horrified has always been how he incorporated those rim clicks in the first chorus on this very snare. Dave Grohl is widely considered to be one of the greatest rock drummers of all time. So even for someone like me who is not a drummer by any means, it was really exciting and quite the honor to see up close and to kind of set up a drum set that Dave Grohl used at one point. What will probably be the biggest highlight of the Nirvana items that Julian's Auctions is offering this year is the left-handed Takamine acoustic guitar that Kurt used that day. When I was at Julian's facility, they hadn't received this guitar yet. So unfortunately, I don't have any footage or documentation that I took myself of it to show you, but I will link Julian's Auctions social medias in this video description so you can see their excellent coverage of this guitar. I don't think anyone can argue the fact that this photo right here is one of the most iconic and well-known photos of Kurt Cobain. These two images come to mind when I think of the classic Kurt Cobain posters that we probably all had in our childhood rooms at some point. Can you imagine having this actual acoustic guitar displayed next to this timeless image? I'm personally very excited that this acoustic guitar has surfaced and is back in the public eye again. Julian's is widely known for pushing boundaries and breaking records in the music memorabilia world. This will be the first time that literally an entire Nirvana gear studio setup will be up for auction all at once. This, among many other reasons, is why Julian's Auctions is truly the greatest auction house in the world. It was truly the thrill of a lifetime to be able to play many classic Nirvana bass lines on a bass and amp that Krist Novoselic himself actually played through. once again, I will never ever be able to thank Julian's Auctions enough for the opportunity to see and hold these actual pieces of music history. Like I've said previously, it's one thing to have some fun here in my music room recreating sounds with the gear that I own, but guys, it's a completely different universe just to be in the presence of these actual pieces of gear, let alone to be able to play them. And like I've said before, it's all because of you guys. It's all because of the amazing community of supporters in the Nirvana gearhead community. So my biggest hope at the end of the day is that I'm able to give back to all of you guys by presenting this footage, even sound samples of how this gear sounds, so you can also live through and experience the magic of seeing and hearing this gear. Thank you so much to Cody and Mike and just everyone over at the Julian's crew. I had the absolute time of my life while in Los Angeles, and I will never be able to thank you guys enough for bringing me out there. Just as a quick reminder to wrap this all up, all the items that we've discussed in part 1 and part 2 will be up for auction on May 30th and May 31st of this year. The auctions will take place at the Hard Rock in New York, and if you're not able to be there physically, Julian streams all their auctions live online. I know I will be tuning in live on both of those days because I'm really excited to see how much all the gear we covered goes for. I will link Julian's website here and in the video description so you can check out their listings for all the items, and make sure you tune in live to their stream at the end of May. Thank you so much for watching, and an extra special shout out to my Patreon supporter. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Nirvana Guitars, and subscribe and check out my other Nirvana gear videos right here on YouTube.